Just got back my first ride with electric brakes, and I'm blown away. Blown the fuck away. It's like I can't believe the industry's not really trying to make these things nice, because I got a hub motor, direct drive, with regenerative braking on today. I just went for a ride, and I've never felt the back wheel have that kind of stopping power. Woo. Like, we're gonna just feel it. Whoa. It's like, oh wow. I mean, like, I got my mechanical brakes on here. I can lock my rear wheel up at will. So like, you can lock your rear wheel up or get right to locking it up, and you're not even near what the electric brakes feel like. That motor being boom, it's I never felt that much pull from the rear wheel ever braking, you know, and it's just unbelievable. And I just pull my front brake. I don't even use my rear brake. Just pull my front brake. You stop. Unbelievable. And I think it's two-stage. I might be on the weakest stage. There might be a harder braking stage yet, or I could be on the hard one and there's a weaker one. But I think there's a setting where I can change it from 5 volt to 10. I don't know what I'm on right now, but it's unreal how it felt. It's unreal how quick the bike stopped too. It's like I didn't touch my rear brake lever the whole time out. I was just braking with my front brake, one lever, barely pulled in, and rear brake stopped, rear wheel stopping. I mean, oh my gosh, you know, it's unreal. I can't believe it. I can't believe the rear wheel can pull have that much stopping force, because it usually just breaks loose, and it doesn't. You know, when this breaks loose, it ain't grabbing that much. It ain't sliding. No, when this, and then it coasts like that. Like, it doesn't lock up. So, linear braking with the rheostats, the next stage, the next step. I got to start reading on, start figuring it out. But I'll never go back. If this electric brake is working, that's all I need. You know, they say, oh yeah, don't replace the mechanical brake, and I ain't pulling the mechanical brake off yet. I'm gonna leave that on until I really get comfortable with this. But I did slide the back wheel one time. Some loose sand on the deal, and I went over it, and I hit it on purpose, because I wanted to see if the wheel would break loose on soft sand, and I kind of did skid it once. But usually it's just gripping and but you got to watch it, because when it's you can hit something like gravel, and it'll lock up. But it has a tendency to want to keep rolling. So I don't know much about that yet, but I did skid it once today, and it wasn't that scary. But I did skid it with just electric brake, and I'm blown away. I can't believe the way it feels to stop. It's so cool. It is badass, man. Notice the brakes will not move, and the wheel will brake. It won't stop completely. And without hitting the brake, it just goes down. Hitting the brake. Right? No. Just pulling the front brake. Stopping the rear brake. Regenerative braking, baby. When I started this channel, I said the next project was getting regenerative braking going on this e-bike I just built, and that happened today. Woohoo! I got regenerative braking going. I don't know if I got regenerative coasting, like when I'm coasting, if it's putting juice back into the battery. We're not sure of that yet. But I am just tying 2 wires together. Regenerative braking is working on the rear hub. And as soon as this on-off switch that's in the brake levers to turn the motor off, as soon as that's activated, it actually sends power back to the rear wheel. Instead of cutting power to the motor, it actually sends power to the motor, reverse the motor, and that's how you get your stopping. And I've just rode it out front here a little bit. I hadn't been on a ride, but it was great. I just pulling my front brake in, and I could feel the rear grab, and just I'd come to a stop, and it's a very cool and very good feeling. It felt good, and so It's what I said we were here to try to accomplish, and I've burned up a controller, put a new controller on. I put a new rim on this by taping a rim to it and just moving it over. That was a learning experience. Replaced rim, I had to replace a controller because I burned up a wire, it got a short in it. Moved the battery like 3 times. I hope it's where it's supposed to, you know, where it's going to stay now. Made this little fancy mount to hold it on top, so it's sturdy. You can knock the bike over and it won't flop off or anything. So, bam. And next is a disc brake on the front wheel. I'd like to get a disc brake here, regenerative electric brake in the back. I don't know if I'll remove these brakes because it's not super powerful. Like if I can't skid the back wheel, I don't know if I'll remove the brakes that can, you know what I mean? So it's like I might want to keep them on there. It'd be nice if I get comfortable enough with it though to actually remove them, and it'd be a lot cleaner looking. And bam, you know, very cool. My frame will not accept a disc brake back here. It doesn't have the holes, but my shock does. My front fork does have the holes, but my rim don't have a mount, so I want to get a new rim that I can put a disc on, get a hydraulic disc brake set up in the front, electric brakes in the back, and I think that'd be ideal, you know. And then this one's ready to just ride, you know. I got 900 miles on it right now. Start building another one, you know. I'm looking at building a kid's bike, maybe putting electric on a kid's bike, because I look at the ones on the market, and not many of them are marketed towards kids. Most of them are marketed towards adults. So I got a frame that has 24-inch wheels and it's smaller. It's a mountain bike frame, but it's for a smaller person. So I'm thinking about trying to make that electric and sell it, you know. See where that takes me, you know. But either way, I'm definitely want to build another one of these, you know, because they're so cool, fun to build. I've learned a lot about them. Know how to program a controller in now and a bunch of stuff on it. And I think I might be a program in there that will turn my electric braking I got going from 5 volts to 10 volts, make it a harder brake. But I got to find out which P control that is, you know. And there it is, man. I'm looking at trying to build a box for this that's waterproof. Maybe put a little fan in it to keep it cool and mount it back here somewhere. But that's an evolving thing. We'll see how that turns out. And put a headlight on it, and a tail light tied into this battery here. And when I hit my brakes, you know, it's got a blinker on it too. A button on front for a horn and a headlight up there. So it's nice having a permanent light set up on here, you know. That's like, it's cool, you know. I didn't think I wanted a light system tied into this battery, but it's going to work out pretty good, actually. Carrying the battery around, might as well use a little more for that. But there it is, 900 miles in, 6 months. Been doing this. Just advanced enough to get the regenerative braking going, and the next thing is to get the linear braking going, which just means I need a rheostat or a thumb throttle or some kind of, you know, rheostat that has ohms in it that will control how much electricity is sent to the rear wheel. That will be the ideal braking. That'll be the ideal electric braking. But right now I'm just on or off, like 5 volts on it, you know. So anyway, peace out. Thanks for watching. Happy riding.